This movie tells a story about a group of young space colonizers, who is scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station. They must come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe. Set between the events of the first two films in the franchise, this movie gets off to a strong start. However, as it goes on, it loses momentum, increasingly giving into a base desire that threatens many sequels, which is fan service. Although it occasionally does go into fresh territory, the film slowly degenerates into another fan service sequel. The longer the movie goes on, the more beholden it becomes to recycling key scenes and even dialogue from the previous entries, to diminishing returns. There are a few original set pieces here and there, but it's largely a growing sense of been there and seen that. Even when the movie takes a truly berserk turn in the final act, it lands as more of a variation on a theme than a striking departure. Eventually, this movie feels like an extended act of homage paying to the Ridley Scott's 1979 source material. Unfortunately, the movie really lacks Scott's deliberate pacing and strongly developed characters. To make it worse, it also lacks James Cameron's masterful action beats from 1986 movie. Where Scott understood the potency of atmosphere and character, this movie traffics only in tension and release, and even then just on a shot-by-shot basis. The best part of any Alien movie is the slow build-up to when all hell breaks loose, but this movie lacks the patience required for that moment to feel like the rift that it should. Both main actors are good, and the ties between their characters are the movie's emotional anchor, a relationship that becomes increasingly strained as they explore this vessel with their companions. However, the other characters are never positioned as anything more than a bunch of extras who will inevitably bite it. The characters are so underdeveloped, so it's hard to care about their gruesome fates. They lay no claim on audience sympathies. It would have been nice if there was more chemistry between this crew, or a reason to care about their demises. The actors playing the crew seem nondescript, either innately, or because their roles are so undifferentiated. This movie starts to go off the rails before the characters even reach Renaissance ship, as the movie is in such a hurry to kill them that it never gives us the chance to care if they die. The movie's unrelenting sensory onslaught is exhausting, and it's torture to sit through. Much of the film consists of jarring and loud sound effects to give us the impression of something important happening even though it's not. As things continue to escalate, the film less successfully kicks into Aliens mode, filling the screen with monstrosities but lacking the same flair which made the 1986 sequel work. The set pieces here are missing the sustained terror, and the wide halls and empty corridors of the Renaissance ship lack the ambience that made the Nostromo feel like a character unto itself. Along the way, the script has the aliens waking up and falling asleep at the convenience of the screenwriters, not in a way that makes consistent sense. There's an uninteresting cameo that cheapens the story, and things get worse with verbatim lines, scenario retreads, and worst of all, a climax that will leave everyone scratching their heads. Overall, it's not worth to watch this in theaters. Just wait on your streaming service.